Have you ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt that familiar stiffness in your knees and back? Or perhaps you've spent a lovely afternoon gardening, only to feel a heavy, dragging sensation in your legs for the rest of the day. For many of us over 50, these little aches and bouts of fatigue feel like an unavoidable part of getting older. We might tell ourselves, it's just wear and tear, and push through. But what if these daily signals are not just random pains? What if your body is trying to send you a deeper message? In traditional Chinese medicine, we see the body as an interconnected garden. The stiffness in your joints, the fatigue after light work, or even waking up several times a night are not separate problems. They are like different leaves on the same branch, all pointing back to the health of the root system. This fatigue and fogginess, both in body and mind, is often a sign that your body's fundamental energy, your core vitality, is running low. It's not about a single failing part, it's about the whole system needing gentle nourishment and rebalancing. In TCM, we talk a lot about Qi and blood. Think of Qi as the vital energy that animates your entire body. It's the spark that powers every function, from breathing to thinking. Blood, in this context, is more than just the red fluid in your veins, it's the rich, nutritive substance that moistens and feeds your organs, muscles, and especially your brain. When we are young, our supply of Qi and blood is typically abundant. But as we age, or after periods of stress or illness, our reserves can become depleted. The two main organ systems responsible for producing and managing this energy are the spleen and the kidneys. The spleen is like your body's kitchen. It takes the food you eat and transforms it into usable Qi and blood. If the spleen's digestive fire is weak, the kitchen becomes slow and inefficient. You might feel bloated, tired after meals, and mentally foggy because you aren't producing enough high-quality energy. The kidneys, on the other hand, are like your body's deep-reserve battery. They store your fundamental life essence, or Jing, which supports long-term health, bone strength, and brain function. As this battery naturally drains over time, you might notice lower back weakness, knee issues, and memory lapses. This holistic view is gaining traction in modern science. For instance, when looking at cognitive decline, modern medicine has focused heavily on strong prescription drugs. Yet, a major scientific review from 2022 highlighted that these medications often fall short of expectations and can bring a host of difficult side effects. The research pointed towards a more gentle, comprehensive approach. Much like the one TCM has practiced for centuries, instead of targeting one symptom with a powerful drug, we aim to nourish the entire system, the spleen, the kidneys, the flow of Qi and blood to restore vitality from the ground up. This method is often better suited for long-term health and has far fewer side effects. Let me share a story about a woman we'll call Mrs. Shen, who was 68. She came to see me because she was constantly exhausted. Her main complaint was a persistent brain fog that made it hard to focus on her favorite hobbies, like reading and knitting. She also mentioned feeling bloated after every meal, and her legs felt heavy, as if she were walking through water. Her family doctor had run tests, but everything came back normal, in TCM terms. Her symptoms painted a clear picture of spleen Qi deficiency. Her body's kitchen was struggling to produce enough energy. We didn't use any complex formulas. Instead, we started with simple, consistent changes. We replaced her usual morning toast and cold juice with a warm bowl of rice porridge, or Gong, simmered with a few slices of ginger and a couple of red dates. We also advised her to take a short, gentle walk after lunch instead of sitting down immediately. Within a few weeks, she noticed the bloating was much better. After 2 months, the heavy feeling in her legs had lifted, and most importantly, the brain fog had started to clear. She said she felt like the lights were coming back on. It was a beautiful example of steady progress through consistent care. So, how can you start nourishing your body's roots at home? It's about making small, consistent choices every day. Here are some of the most effective strategies from a TCM perspective. First, let's talk about strengthening the spleen, your body's energy kitchen. If you often feel tired, especially after eating, or experience bloating, loose stools, or a lack of appetite, your spleen might need some support. The spleen loves warmth and dislikes cold and dampness. Think of it like a stove. You can't cook a good meal on a weak fire. The simplest way to support it is by eating warm, cooked foods. Swap out raw salads for steamed vegetables. Trade iced water for warm water or a gentle ginger tea. A bowl of warm soup or porridge is one of the most comforting and effective ways to boost your spleen's function. Second is nourishing the kidney essence, your body's deep-reserve battery. This is crucial if you experience lower back soreness, weak knees, frequent nighttime urination, or a general sense of feeling drained. The kidneys are associated with the color black in TCM. So, incorporating black-colored foods is a wonderful way to replenish their energy. Think of black sesame seeds, black beans, black rice, and walnuts, which look like a tiny brain and are known to support brain health. Just a small handful of walnuts and a spoonful of black sesame seeds in your morning porridge can make a real difference over time. Third, we need to nourish heart blood to calm the mind. The heart in TCM is considered the emperor of the body, housing our spirit, or Qi and our spirit. If heart blood is deficient, the spirit has nowhere to rest peacefully. This can manifest as trouble falling asleep, anxiety, heart palpitations, and a pale complexion. To nourish heart blood, focus on red-colored foods like goji berries, red dates, and longan fruit. A simple tea made by simmering a few red dates and a small handful of goji berries in hot water is a classic remedy to calm the mind and prepare for a restful night's sleep. Fourth is ensuring the smooth flow of liver Qi. The liver is like the body's general, responsible for planning and ensuring everything flows smoothly. When we are stressed or frustrated, liver Qi and becomes stuck or stagnant. This is the source of that feeling of tension in your neck and shoulders, irritability, and frequent sighing. The key here is gentle movement and release. Simple activities like daily walks, gentle stretching, or practicing deep belly breathing for 5 minutes can work wonders to unblock stuck energy. A cup of chamomile or peppermint tea in the afternoon can also help soothe and relax the liver. Finally, let's focus on moving Qi and blood throughout the body. When circulation is poor, you might experience stiff joints, aches and pains that move around, or cold hands and feet. The energy and nutrients are reaching every corner of your body. One of the best home remedies for this is a warm foot soak. The feet are covered in acupressure points that connect to the entire body, especially the kidneys. Soaking your feet in warm water for 15 minutes before bed not only feels wonderful, but also powerfully improves circulation, warms the body, and promotes deep, restorative sleep. Adding a few slices of fresh ginger or a bit of Epsom salt can enhance the effect. Here are 2 simple daily routines you can easily incorporate into your life. First is a mind-calming red date and goji berry tea. This is perfect for anyone who feels a bit anxious, has trouble sleeping, or just feels mentally scattered at the end of the day. All you need are 5-6 dried red dates and a small handful of goji berries. Simply rinse them, put them in a mug, and pour boiling water over them. You can lightly score the red dates with a knife to help release their flavor. Let it steep for about 10 minutes, and sip it slowly in the evening. The gentle sweetness is naturally calming and helps nourish the heart blood, creating a sense of peace. However, if you are currently dealing with a cold, a cough with phlegm, or have a tendency towards damp-heat symptoms like feeling hot and sticky, it's best to wait until those symptoms have cleared before enjoying this tea. A quick self-check: if your tongue has a very thick, yellow coating, you might want to hold off for now. The second routine is a daily warming ginger foot soak. This is fantastic for those who often have cold feet, achy joints, or general stiffness, especially in the evening. You'll need a basin large enough for both feet, warm water that's comfortable to the touch, and 3-5 slices of fresh ginger. Fill the basin with the warm water, add the ginger slices, and soak your feet for 15-20 minutes, ideally before bed. This simple act draws energy downward, calming a busy mind and warming the entire body, which helps to improve overall circulation and ease you into a deeper sleep. A word of caution: if you have very high blood pressure, diabetes with nerve damage in your feet, or any open sores or skin infections on your feet, you should consult your doctor before starting this practice. For most people, it's perfectly safe. A quick self-check: does the thought of a warm foot soak feel deeply comforting? If so, your body is likely telling you it needs it. One of the most common pitfalls I see is people trying something just because it worked for a friend or family member. It's important to remember that in TCM, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Your friend who feels cold all the time might thrive on warming ginger tea, but if you tend to feel hot and have a dry mouth, that same tea could make you feel worse. We call this pattern differentiation. Your unique set of symptoms, your constitution, tells a specific story. Copying someone else's remedy without understanding your own body's pattern can be unhelpful and sometimes even counterproductive. The goal is to become a better listener to your own body's signals. Start with gentle, neutral things like warm cooked foods and gentle walks, and pay attention to how you feel. Every small, consistent effort you make is a deposit in your health account. It's not about seeking a miracle cure, but about the daily practice of gentle care. This journey is about reclaiming your vitality, not just fighting off symptoms. It's about having the energy to enjoy your grandchildren, the clarity to pursue a hobby you love, and the peace of mind that comes from feeling strong and balanced in your own body. Your health is a garden. Tend to it daily, and it will flourish. Have you experienced that feeling of heavy legs or mental fog? Share this with a friend who often feels tired, so they don't ignore their body's signals. If you're ready to start rebalancing your body's energy, comment with the word balance, and I will reply with a simple tip tailored to you. Send this to someone you care about who might need this gentle encouragement today.